Hello, it's day 123 of the Liberator Project, and you join me outside my flat. I'm just getting some air. I've been feeling a bit snuffly, so I thought I'd get some fresh air while I can, make the most of it. So, right, today, what I've done is I've had quite a long chat with my mentor. Now, this is my friend John. I've known him for I don't know, 14 years, 15 years, something like that. He's a fellow contractor, but he's quite a bit older than me. He's been doing contracting work for like 40 years plus. He is very, very knowledgeable about a lot of things, and I think he's a very wise man. So whenever I've got something I'm not sure about, I talk it over with him. I think everyone should have a mentor in their life, someone they respect and look up to. So he's quite a different sort of engineer than me, because I do sort of mathematics and electronics and software and ergonomics and design generally. He's more of an engineer that works with analog electronics and RF work. Now, RF electronics is a whole different field to what I do, and it really is, what can I say? It's quite an art to it. Now, I understand the basic principles of RF work. I mean, I've worked in, companies like Celex doing military telecommunications, and I understand in theory what you have to do, but that's very different from a practical knowledge of RF work. Now, in my I did a joint degree. In my electronics part of my degree, I did a project in microwave transmission of a video signal, and it was terrible because I like to sort of have rules in design and follow them and build on those sort of building blocks. But with RF work, everything's very vague, and you can't rely on things at all, and I really hated that. So, for example, in my project, I could make it work without the lid on the box, but it was so sensitive to sort of environmental factors around it. As you basically walked up to the project, things would stop working or oscillators would detune. It was bloody awful. So from that, I've tended to avoid RF work. I don't like it at all. And also, I don't tend to like high power electronics, because that's dangerous and you could actually hurt yourself. And I do know exactly how dangerous it is, so I don't want to get involved too much in that. Oh, Watford is such a noisy place. It's helicopters and cars and lorries and people and motorbikes. I thought I'd found a quiet moment, but let's carry on. So I when I was working at Celex, I had an R&D team, and Alan there was RF engineer. If you needed a filter, from my perspective, I would load up a spreadsheet, I'd do the maths, I'd calculate the values of the resistors, capacitors, possibly inductors, and build the circuit. Whereas in RF work, basically the filter is just basically a shape of the copper track. So Alan would get a scalpel and carve a funny little shape into the copper itself and go, "There's your filter." So I didn't like that at all. But I have a lot of respect for people that can do it, because it is extraordinarily difficult. It's not, there's a real art to it. And as I say, my mentor John is an RF engineer. Basically, he does analog and RF work, and he's got a world-class test facility he's built in his own house. He can do so much. It's very, very impressive. And there's things that I understand in principle what to do, but there's no way I could get projects working that he does. And but likewise, my electronics is sort of digital, and the analog processing and digital processing side of it is something that he doesn't necessarily. Again, he knows what it is in principle, but he comes to me, and I hopefully can sort that out for him. So anyway, that's him, isn't it? I don't know why I'm talking about that. That's why he's a very good engineer and a very good contractor. But also, he's been a contractor for many years. He comes from South Africa originally. He's worked in Germany. He speaks Russian. He speaks German. He's a very interesting character, all in all. Oh, there's kids screaming now. Welcome to my world. Anyway, So I talked to him about the situation with the flat and everything, and his advice was basically, you know, stay put for the time being, wait and see what happens next year, and you know, make a plan then. But at the moment it's Christmas, and that makes it a difficult time of year. And also, oh God, I long to live somewhere that's more peaceful and quieter than Watford. I just don't like it here. But moving on. So no, his advice was basically, you know, do nothing before Christmas, wait till next year, and then see what the housing market is doing then, and then make a plan when you know what's happening in the world. Inflation might go rampant, the housing market might collapse, housing market might rocket. We just don't know at the moment, and he goes, don't do anything hasty. So I think that's very sensible advice. What I'm going to do is sort of wait and see what the situation is next year. And his advice was also to take, you know, a few days off from pushing the project forward. Just relax, enjoy yourself for a couple of days, and recuperate and take stock. So I think I do need a couple of days off. Actually, I feel a bit grotty, and anyway, so that's what's happening. So the Liberator project, basically, you know, day 118. I got the quote from the estate agents, and that, you know, put everything on hold, and I'm going to have a little bit of time off from trying to do the project to take stock, recuperate, and try and make a plan when I have more information. So anyway, that's where we are today. I hope you keep watching. I'll still be doing things. I mean, I'm hopefully playing the guitar with James in a couple of days' time, and I'll do some cooking and some wine tasting of really cheap, nasty wines, and just generally chatting about things. So, I talked about the Beatles. I might talk about Gary Newman. Yeah, that'll lose me subscribers, I'm sure. Okay. Anyway, I thought I'd keep you up to date. That's the situation at the moment. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.